Welcome, everybody, to the Jurassic Park Podcast. I am your host, Brad Jost, and today we're going to be discussing our spoiler-free thoughts on Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 4, the final season of this show. And as always, I am not here to do this alone. I am joined by the one and only, maybe for the final time here, Tom Jurassic. How are you, Tom?
I'm good. I'm going to take this opportunity to announce that this is my final episode of the Jurassic Park Podcast.
A joke that I feel like has been said many times by many people, even myself, over the years. So you never know. Sometimes I just don't record anything. Don't release it.
All I'm saying, we'll be back for Monarch Season 2.
Heck yeah. Yeah, we will. To continue our TV discussions. Yes, we need some TV to talk about in the future. But before we get into the episode and give you our spoiler-free takes on Season 4, a huge thank you, as always, to Dreamworks and to Netflix and everybody over there on that in those camps for giving us the opportunity to watch the show a little bit early and to do interviews and things like that. It's been a blessing for the past 5 years now that we've been doing this. I think that's when the first season of Camp Cretaceous came out. It's been awesome, and it's been awesome to record these with you, to talk to some amazing people, and to just honestly go back and forth with the great people at Dreamworks and everybody. So it's been a lot of fun, and I really appreciate all the hard work and effort they put into giving us that opportunity every year. So super grateful.
It's been so cool. Yeah, it's honestly such a huge privilege that we've got to do this, and I think that we've had the opportunity to do it on a recurring basis because, you know, with that first season of Camp Cretaceous, I kind of feel like there was that whole, this is a new thing, so maybe we'll just get access to it once and then that's it, and it will just release subsequently afterwards. But to get to come back and do this every time for 5 years has been really cool. And I always look forward to doing this because I'm like, oh, we're going to get to watch it, I'm going to get to record with Brad, and now I'm like, oh no, I don't get to do that. Maybe we are going to need to start the Marvel podcast after all because we need something that we can do.
You know, we always joke that like, I don't know when Tom's going to be on next. And then guess what? It's the next episode. And then it's like, who knows when he'll be back? The next episode. It's like just constantly. So it's not like you're not here all the time anyway. But I appreciate you joining me on this ride. And for anybody who is looking for spoiler content, there will be full spoiler episode. We do have an interview with Scott Kramer, so stay tuned for that. A lot of really, really good stuff in that interview. So stay tuned there. But all of that will be out post-release of the show, November 20th, so stay tuned there. But for now, we're going to give you our spoiler-free takes. This is going to be short and sweet. There's not a lot we can say. It's a final season. The final season of the show. What do you want us to say? You know, at this point, like I don't want to ruin it for anybody. You know what you're in for.
Spoilers. There's going to be a 5th season.
No. But as much as I begged Scott for more, I don't know. But yeah. So the final season, and I don't want to ruin that experience for anybody. But just to give you some general vibes and feelings and some thoughts here and there. I think this season it's the capper on a really great run of episodes for this show. Chaos Theory has been pretty excellent, I think, from start to finish. I really have no issues or no qualms with any of it. I know with like Camp Cretaceous, we were like, oh, this season's better than this season, is better than that season, whatever. And I feel like I don't really necessarily have that with this show. I think it's been just great. It's just been a real fun joy to watch from start to finish. And this season in particular, it's less episodes, right? So it's one less episode than all the others. It's fast paced. It's a lot to take in, but a lot happens in that amount of time, in those 24 to 25 minute episodes, whatever they are. It's just really fast paced, and I love the focus this season. Getting back to the core of what made this ongoing story, this saga with the Camp fam, great. So it really gets back to the core of that, and I love that. So I'm very excited for those things. Again, trying to find something to say that isn't spoiling anything, but I think fast paced, a lot of energy. getting back to those core vibes, I think it's just a great season of television, and it really got me like hyped up and amped for those final few episodes and just counting down the numbers as we were going. I'm like, okay, there's only, and even Netflix gives you that. It
Yeah.
says like 2 more episodes left or whatever until the finale.
Yeah.
And so I was like dreading it the whole time. There's a lot of feelings in there that I'm like, oh boy, like we're almost at the end here. What is going to happen with this show? And because that's like like a movie or anything. Like when you get to the end, the final 30 minutes of the movie, you're like, wow, how are we gonna wrap this up? Not in a bad way, because a lot of times you say that and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, there's so much to wrap up. I don't know how we're gonna do that. That's not the feeling I had here at all. But I had that feeling of like, oh man, like where will this land? Like what will happen here?
Yeah.
So I think it was really great. And it was just like it looked beautiful, sounded beautiful, great score as always, some really good nods in there. But yeah, it looked incredible. There's a lot of really interesting dinosaur sequences that I'm like, man, that is like so good looking, so indistinguishable. And there's a lot of maturity, I think, to the storytelling
Yeah.
and the way that these characters have evolved and things like that. So it's like I watched the show and I'm like, these are animated characters that I don't know these people. Like they're just animated characters, but I'm proud of them. I'm proud of the choices that they're making, and I'm proud of who these people are. So I think it's been fun watching them on this journey, and I felt like I was on the journey with them this whole time. So before I get too much into anything there, Tom,
Yeah.
what's your quick review, little analysis here? What do you got?
Yeah, so I think to start with, kind of what you were saying about the characters and the performances, this definitely the strongest writing we've seen for these characters yet, and also the strongest performances from the actors. I think they're given some really nice material to work with throughout this season. And I kind of feel like this and season three are a story of two parts. So if you're coming into this expecting something that's large scale and kind of very in your face action movie esque. You're not going to get that. You've had that with season three. This is kind of the okay, here's how we're going to wrap all of these story arcs up. Here's how we're going to explore the emotional consequences of what these characters have been through. Here's how we're going to show you that actually these characters aren't the kids that you encountered in Camp Cretaceous season one now. They are adults who have grown and developed in their own way and matured. So I think it's a lot more about really using these last 9 hours to kind of bring closure to these characters and their stories and their emotional beats in really interesting ways and in ways that are quite relatable from a human perspective. So I think that's really cool. I think it's interesting because I've sort of said to you, it's like um, it kind of it just ends like that. That's the best description I can give without getting too spoilery. But I don't feel like that's a bad thing. Like we've had our big moments with Soyana Santos in Malta and all of those things, and this is very much a case of bringing that story to a close now. And I think when you look at it as a sum of its parts with seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Chaos Theory, it does a really nice job at kind of bringing all of those questions that you might have still had to some form of conclusion.
Yeah, some form of conclusion. While you were talking, I was gonna say something and I completely forgot what it was. But I,
Nice. I have that
it's
effect on
like
people.
I was just staring into your eyes and I just was like lost. I forgot.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
it's
think
the long hair, isn't
I was like, who is this guy that I'm talking to?
it?
Um, yeah, but so we typically try to touch on like different aspects of the show, like the tone and there's I had some previous notes here, like the ending. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna talk about that. It's a world it's interesting because like we've talked about it a lot. The fact that this show and Jurassic World Evolution both kind of take place in the past in a lot of ways. Like it feels
Yeah,
like we're just like we're kind of lingering in something that doesn't exist anymore. But I love that. I still love that honestly like during this movie, this show, which we know it takes place during like the final events of Dominion, right? Based off of everything that has led before it.
Mm-hmm.
It I was revisiting Dominion, and I know this is not the case for everybody, but I'm like, dude, I love that movie, and I know you don't or whatever, you don't love it as much as I do, I guess, but like
I liked
I
Dominion. What?
I thought you didn't like it. I thought there was a lot that you didn't like. I'm sorry.
Very.
Maybe I'm
There's a
thinking
lot
of
in
somebody else.
Dominion I like. There's a lot in Rebirth I don't like.
Oh, that's right. That's the movie I was thinking of. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I feel like revisiting those moments and kind of like seeing how things connect and all that was like it was just like
Yeah.
satisfying. Like just really seeing how we get from point A to point B. Season 3 had a lot of that great stuff as well with all the Malta sequence and everything like that, everything in there. And
Yeah.
it was just fun to be a part of that timeline and to be a part of Biosyn Valley again and to just kind of revisit all of that and look back on Dominion and just say like, man, I really love this movie. I've struggled, with parts of Rebirth. I think I've come to a lot of like better terms with that movie over the past few months and everything, but I still feel like, man, yeah, we're just ending here. And then I did send you like
Hmm.
a quote recently. I forget what the article was. I don't know if you remember, but yeah, there was like a quote from Scott Kramer about this
Yeah.
final season and everything. And I don't know. Again, I don't know what outlet it came from. As I'm trying to vamp here to figure out where the quote is, but like he just said, like we have not been picked up. It says here, with the success of Jurassic World Rebirth this year, it certainly begs the question of whether the Nublar 6 could have more adventures in that untold space between Dominion and Rebirth. Scott says, I wish the decision was mine, Kramer admits. Seeing the direction Rebirth goes, I'd be lying if I didn't say, well, everyone got a trilogy. I have an idea, but I think the biggest thing is we did 90 episodes with the same characters, and that's how it was presented to me. He says of the decision makers' less than enthusiastic feedback. Just the fact that we got to do so much, we got to do 90 episodes, we got to do a time jump, so much that it was just unheard of, or at least very rare. But I do have a story that leads us into Rebirth. Yes, I do. And he goes on to say,
Well.
he says, I don't think they want our films competing with their films, but this is about an animated movie, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't think they want our films competing with their films, but again, I've got a cool story. I think it works. I think it helps lead us in, but doesn't sound like it's going to happen. But you never know. So we're in this weird place, right, where we
Yeah.
just don't know what the future of the franchise is or like where we're going. We're hearing rumblings of a sequel recently, so maybe that'll be all out there by the time this is out. I don't know, but we're hearing rumblings of where we could be going in the future, and I think
Mm.
I would love more of this show if they ever wanted to do more and continue these stories and see what happens there. But I just love this. I love this saga with these characters. Love these characters. I just really enjoyed watching season 4, man.
I've got a pitch for you on that. Okay, right?
All
We're
right.
animated show that ties into Rebirth. When a group of young science prodigies are interned into an internship scheme on a remote island in the Atlantic Ocean, the last thing they expect is for a mutant dinosaur to escape containment.
Hey, man, I don't know if the timeline lines up with any of that, but you know what? I like it. I did talk about that recently on a live stream maybe. I was like, I would love to follow
Mm.
that like version, like a Camp Cretaceous version of that island, Saint Hubert. Like see what
Yeah, I was
happens
saying
right
yes.
before
Yeah, yeah.
that breakdown. So that would be new
What did
characters in a lot of
happen?
ways.
Yeah,
But I honestly think there's ways to like continue this story even and just like talk about
yeah.
whatever's left and whatever's continuing. Like I think there's ways to tie it into the future, and I hope we do get that. And well, it's just have to wait and
Hashtag
see. But
bring Dino King back.
who? Dino King?
Bring Dino King back. Yeah,
I don't know what that is. That a TV show? From like
that's
what is it?
season 1 of Chaos Theory.
Dino King. Oh my
The
god,
dude
that guy
with
that guy that was like Tiger King guy. Dude, I was going through like so many like kids shows in my head. I feel like there's one that's like called something like that. So I was like not even thinking of this show. But yeah, I think that's a great way. Let's do that.
That just
No.
shows
Yeah.
how much ground this show has covered.
Yeah, it's honestly covered a lot. And this show, I don't know if it's felt more concise than it has to have felt more
Mm.
concise because I feel like Camp Cretaceous took place over like a fairly long period of time. It felt like, um,
Yeah.
but this one felt like, didn't this show just start last year? Like, I don't know. Did it? When did it? Was it last year?
Possibly, or possibly late the year before. It does
I don't
feel
know,
like
but
the
it feels like
turnaround
it's
has been
real
really
quick.
quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but none of this has any bearing on season 4. Our poor
No.
memories. But is there anything else you can
Basically,
even?
what we're trying to show you guys is we actually can't remember what happened in season 4, so that's why we've gone in a different direction.
That's why it's so vague is because I just don't remember. No, that would make it seem not impactful. I think the show is very impactful, and it creates a
Yeah.
lasting memory. And I'm happy we have it. I'm sad that it's over for us. I'm excited for everybody else to see it. Um,
Yeah.
Again, I have like bullet points of things. I don't know if there's even a point to go through it, but like dinosaurs this season. You have any thoughts on dinosaurs this season?
Not dinosaur per se, animal. I think there are some very cool. That took you a second to
It
work
took me
out
a
what.
second. You can see my eyebrows like figuring it out.
Yeah. There is a very cool set piece that made me incredibly happy. And you will know it when you see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was all really good. Like we focused on the human element of the story, but there's a lot of really good
Yes.
dinosaur stuff in this show. A lot of emotional stuff, a lot of just great, I don't know, just great stuff. Location wise, I mean, it's been exciting to kind of, like I said before, dive back
Yeah.
into that Biosyn Valley. We see them overlooking it at the end of season 3. I think it was
Yes.
it Kenji and Sammy maybe overlooking the
Yeah.
Biosyn Valley, and then we know that the other crew is on a helicopter on the way there. So it's finally like it's nice to have like characters come to a head and to head to like the same location at the same time. I'm excited by that. The
Yeah.
music this time, again, I don't really. It was hard to pay attention to that when there was so much
Mm.
going on, but I think it was great stuff, really great stuff this season. There was
I think.
one moment I can't talk about it, but like there was one moment where I was like, this is a very very nice touch with the score. And maybe we'll talk about it
Mm.
in future episodes. But there was a very, very nice moment with the score that I was like, this is good. I like this.
I do just want to touch on with locations. Obviously keeping it vague, but it's not just places in Biosyn Valley that you've seen before, and that I enjoyed. I liked that we got to see other parts of Biosyn Valley, because I think it. But basically, just this series made me sit there and go, "Why has the franchise moved away from Biosyn so quickly?" Like it just made me sit there and think there's a lot of potential in the storytelling of this organization.
Yeah, in the same way that we got to see like new elements and locations in Malta, like that
Mm.
dinosaur, or I don't know, it was just like an amphitheater or whatever. Like that part was really cool in season 3, and even the deeper underground or whatever it was, the tunnels under Malta. Like I appreciate when this show does. It gives us new locations to cover, and this season does that
Yeah.
really really well. There's some really fun exploration there, and I mean you can tell if you watch the trailer, there's a lot of interesting locations within that trailer. So those are explored in pretty fun detail, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Characters, I feel like we've already talked a lot about the characters. Yeah, honestly, usually we talk about canonical stuff and like tie-ins and things like that, but like we'll just leave it.
Yeah.
There's nothing to, we'll talk about that in the future. I can't wait. I'm very
Yeah.
excited for a spoiler episode very soon. But any parting thoughts here as we I guess wrap up, because I don't know what else to say because it's very difficult to talk.
I think it's very surreal that this is the end of an era. It's an end of 5 years. So I guess at this point, thank you to everybody who's tuned in for these podcasts, the videos, the looked at the written articles, all of the other content we've done over the past 5 years, because it's been a really cool roller coaster of a ride to get to do this. And I think we're just going to both sit here for a while and hope that something else comes along to fill that void that isn't Monarch Season 2.
Well, you know, we just
And
got
I
over a
have
period.
totally not mentioned an Apple TV show twice on a podcast about a Netflix show, because I would never do that.
Never. We did wrap up, you know, all of our, I guess wrapped up, but you know, still ongoing. I guess the Evolution 3 content, and
Yeah.
that was keeping us busy for a while, and that led directly into Chaos
Yeah.
Theory Season 4 content.
I
So
feel like I haven't slept.
yeah, it's been a lot of work and a lot of research and a lot of things to do. So if there hasn't been an episode on the feed for the past few weeks, I was on vacation. Plus, we had all this other stuff to cover. That's why there was nothing there. But we're
Yeah.
back with more content here at the tail end of the year. So hopefully you enjoyed whatever this
Wait,
was.
tail is that a
Tail.
clue to something, Brad?
I don't know. There's lots of tales to tell, but
I'm
I don't
just
know if
kidding.
we'll ever get there.
No, I don't think we will.
But yeah, there's a lot to talk about. I think towards the end of the year, I'm excited to do that, and I can't wait for our spoiler conversation for our interview with Scott. That's very exciting. There's a lot of really good stuff in there. Some
Yes.
I don't know, maybe exclusive
Some things that he said
stuff,
to us he
and
hasn't said to anyone else.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a love fest kind of for the most part. So thanks,
Yeah.
Scott, for
Most of
listening
it
to
couldn't
us
be
do that.
recorded.
Yeah, so there was a lot of editing I had to cut out. I was like, Scott's like, enough. I get it. You love the show. Okay. But yeah, so thank you everybody for listening to this. If you want more, go to JurassicParkPodcast.com. You'll find all of the information there. Not really doing a ton on social media recently. It's Tom, I'm sure you are, Tom_Jurassic. He's got a lot going on. He's got a lot of videos over on YouTube and his channel, even on our channel. He's got articles over on the website, so please go check out those articles, spoiler articles. Was there a spoiler-free article? I forget.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you got both covered. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there. I'll probably hit it up with a what do you call it? A newsletter too, so you keep your eyes peeled there. And yeah, a lot of content here, and I appreciate everybody for checking it all out. But I am I don't know, Brad Jost on Letterboxd.
I was about to say,
me
you
there.
know who you are, right?
I'm like trying to think about it, because honestly, like I haven't really used like a ton of social media recently, so I haven't been posting a lot. So I'm like, what are my handles anymore? I don't even know. But anything you want to relay?
Islands of basically, okay, right here it is, guys. It's basically this man is going to be at Islands of Adventure once a month. So if you want to relay any communication to him, you have to go and find him in person on the exact day that he's in the park.
Maybe,
and you can hand him your handwritten information. Then that's the only way to communicate. Or alternatively, you can use a carrier dimorphodon, and they will be able to get to him as well.
I love it, because every time they show up to me, I just like give their little spine thing like a little pat on it. I'm just like, go ahead, buddy. Thank you, buddy. And
Wait,
yeah, but
spine thing, what?
Wait, what did you said? Oh, you said dimorphodon. I'm sorry, I was thinking dimetrodon, dude. Oh wow, brain equals fried. Can we change it to dimetrodon? I like that better.
Sure.
I want it waddling up dimetrodon. That's I don't like dimorphodons. Get those guys away from me. They bite. But yeah, man.
Dimetrodons don't bite.
No, not me. They like me. They're cool with me. So, but yeah, anything you'd like to relay, anything that's shown up on your doorstep that you want to talk about? Was there a dimetrodon or dimorphodon or anything? What do you got?
The only thing I'd say is Jurassic Collectibles. If you don't know, I co-own that with the original JC, and recently I've got my hands on a lot of the new Hammond collection stuff. So we have got a review and a short for the Sinoceratops, which is an absolutely gorgeous figure. And what I can actually do is grab it from just back here.
Ooh.
bring it into the camera. So we have this, and I've just grabbed the Ornitholestes, the Dryosaurus, and the Mosasaurus as well, and I will be reviewing those very soon, so stay tuned for those.
Good dinosaur, man. Love it. Love to see it.
Yeah.
I did not get that one, but I might have to, because I like that horn pops out, right? It's pretty
It's
cool.
Yeah, like, it's so easy to pop it out, and then it's not coming out. That's really awkward. There we go.
And he broke it, guys.
Yeah. And then I've got it stored away at the moment so I don't lose it, but the little cracked one that you can put in its place is really nice. And then it comes with an alternate mouth as well, so you can just pop the mouth out, and then there's a mouth that's open if you want that as well, so it's really cool. But just generally the paint apps on this are insane. It's one of the better Hammond collection figures that I'd say they've done.
And that brings an end to our Mattel discussion. Now we're going to talk about Marvel television. So what have you been watching recently? I'm rewatching Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Well, I think the last Marvel thing I saw was Fantastic Four when it was out in cinemas.
There you go. That's a good one. And it's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah.
Another streaming service I may have mentioned.
There we go.
Doing
Use
great here.
affiliate
Look,
with Jurassic Park Podcast 1 on Disney Plus.
trying to vamp because this would otherwise be a 5-minute episode. But anyway, thank you, everybody. Good night. I don't know. Good morning. Have a great day.
Thank you,
Love you all.
and flame on.